This is Peter Englander with the League of Women Voters of Portland, and you are watching the Video Voters Guide. We are in the studios of MetroEast Community Media to talk with candidates running in the November 2018 general election. We invited all candidates who filed for this race. There are many reasons during busy campaign seasons for candidates accepting or being unable to appear. With me today is Alan Cox, running for Gresham Mayor, who was able to accept our invitation. We are sorry that one of the candidates for this race, Shane T. Bemis, has been unable to accept our invitation. We urge voters to visit the League of Women Voters of Oregon's website and to use the League's vote411.org site for comprehensive coverage, where candidates may also choose to include more information, some including their own YouTube videos. So Alan, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. The first question is, what do you see as the major needs and goals of the city?
The major needs would probably come down to what face most of the citizenry, and that is the homeless population and some of the crime that goes with that. I see just recently that we're rated 20th in the nation for car theft. That's not a distinction that's something we should keep going. And then the other thing that I'm primarily running for is to see that the voters are represented and that the government doesn't work against what the voters' will is.
Okay. Goals for the city?
Again, it's kind of redundant, but the goals would be to reduce the homeless problem. But then too, it's the economic stabilization. I see we have the big warehouse park that's built behind Weston Pontiac, or it's not Pontiac anymore, it's just Weston, and it's empty. I mean, it's a good facility. I'm sure it'll be filled in some time, but right now it has no tenants at all. So whatever we can do to encourage those kinds of things.
Okay. So what ideas do you have to deal with a growing homeless population in need of social services?
Well, the homeless population, I think, is a kind of a derivative of being next to Portland. I think Portland created the problem. Not exclusively, but they've made it expand drastically in that they started creating a lot of low-income housing. And it seems as though the word just got out. They initially figured that they could solve the problem with 2,000 units. They've done that. They still have 4,000 people that they estimate around. A lot of those are spilling into Gresham. I think those people that are young and maybe just drug dependent, I think just make it uncomfortable for them to be in Gresham. And the older people that really have no other means, they need to be referred back to Portland, and those are the people that should be getting the low-income housing.
Okay, and then what 3 things should your city do in the next 12 months to retain business and industry to make a positive contribution to our economy and civic environment?
The positive contribution, again, would be to fill up that warehouse that's built that nobody's in yet. I think we can do that. I don't think it would be too hard to even lure some tenants away from Portland. Portland is logistically a terrible place to have to run a business, just how long it takes to drive from one spot to the next. I think another thing that would be good that I don't see happening is the city council as a unit should go to the outside events that occur during the summertime. Like we should have a booth at the Saturday market and any other outside event so that the people can come and talk to us direct. We can tell them what the city is doing, what the goals are, and listen to them as to what they think the issues are.
Okay, and anything else?
The idea of being connected to Portland hasn't been a good thing. We kind of lost a lot of our identity when we first let the light rail come through. Somehow we need to differentiate ourselves from Portland so that people can see that there's an advantage to being in Gresham. And then one of the things I heard recently, once you get involved in politics, a lot of people want to talk to you. And one of the things I've learned recently is they think that there's a shortage of what you would call executive homes. We have the Persimmons area, but that's built up and filled. So we need another area to put in some high-end homes so that the people that own businesses and have the money to employ people have a place to live within the community in which they work. And I think that a good spot for that would be, if you look into it, Gene Park is an area that a developer somewhere along the line went through the trouble of platting 107 lots that the city bought and has left vacant. I don't see any reason for that. Those lots could put back into circulation, let people build on them, put executive homes in there, raise the tax base, and attract people that have the money to employ others.
Okay. Well, thank you, Alan. This has been the Video Voters Guide. Thank you for watching. The general election is Tuesday, November 6th. Be sure to inform yourself about the candidates and the ballot measures and exercise your right to vote.